Alright guys, before we get started, 3 things that you have to know. First of all, we are in the key of A minor, and the chord progression is A minor, E minor, and F major 7. I'm not playing the F with the big bar chord, I'm playing a very simple F, which is this one, okay? The second thing is that we're plucking the strings, okay? We're not going to strum those chords. We're using finger picking. So we're going to be plucking the strings with our fingers. And the third thing, really important guys, you have to learn the A minor scale so that when we develop melodically, you know which notes to add around these chords, okay? Now the A minor scale is very simple. Starts on the G string fret number 2, which is the note A, and then we play the B string open, and then the fret number 1 and fret number 3, okay? The note C and the note D, and then we have the E open string, and then the fret number 1 F, the fret number 3 G, and the fret number 5 A. So you have 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, which is the A, the octave that we repeat. So 3 really important things. Memorize the scale, because when we play these chords, you have to know the scale, okay? And then we move on to the step number 1, okay? Now the first step is really understanding the chords and how they fit within the bar, okay? It's extremely important. Now we have the A minor chord, 1, 2, E minor, 3, 4, and F major. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So first thing I want you to notice is that A minor is 2 counts, E minor is 2, and F is 4. So there is a lot of space that we have available to really add stuff, okay? And that's the first thing. If the chords are too busy, it's just so difficult to add things. So the first thing, you have to have a very simple chord progression, okay? And you need space. Second thing, you want to simplify the chords. So just memorize the bass note, okay? 5th string, 6th string, and the 4th string, fret number 3, okay? So the D string, fret 3. These are the root note of each chord, right? Now, the first example is going to be this one. Okay, so what I'm playing here, guys, is rather than just let the chord last for 2 counts, I'm gonna let it last for 1 count, and then on the second count, I'm adding 1 single note, okay? So I'm developing melodically. So I will play the G string fret 2 and the B string fret number 1. I'm plucking the 5th, the 3rd, and the 2nd string, okay? Thumb, index, and middle. And then the B string fret 3, okay? And then I play the E minor, which is 6th, 3rd, and 2nd open. And then the B string fret number 1, okay? So very simple, okay? And when I play the F, I have D string fret number 3, G string fret number 2, pluck that simultaneously with thumb and index, then the B string fret 1, and the E string fret number 3, okay? Kind of a different way of playing the F. So okay, so as you can see, developing melodically doesn't mean that I have to fill in all the gaps. I am just playing the chords with quarter notes now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I have half note on the last, note. So half note value, okay? And so that's the very first example, and it's very simple, okay? I'm gonna give you another very simple one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Okay. Again, I'm just playing on the quarter note. So A minor, and then E string fret 3, E minor, and then the E string fret number 1. Okay, and then the F. Okay, so D string and A string only, and then the E open, B string fret 3, fret 1, and that's it. Okay, so it's very awesome way. This way it's very simple, and I like it because you don't have to play crazy stuff. Now we're gonna move on to the step number 2 when we kind of develop rhythmically a little bit more. And so it's going to be a little bit more challenging. Let's check it out. Now, the first example is always, guys, really simple, okay? And also symmetrical. So what I usually do at the beginning that I really like is I want to use the same shape, the same contour. So if I come up with a phrase, okay, which is this one. Bum, da, do, dum. So I have chord, and then the melody will go up 3 notes. I'm going to do the same with the E minor, so. Okay, and then on the F I can play a little bit more. So what am I playing? I play the A minor chord, and then I have 3 notes, okay? So the B string for number 1, for number 3, and the E string, okay? And then I have the E minor, and then the B string open, fret 1, fret 3, and then the F. Okay. Now the F, I'm playing the D and the G string, and then I'm playing the G string again, the B open, and the B string fret 1, and I do the same. Okay, so again. Okay, it's kind of a different phrase that I was playing before, but I'm kind of improvising things as I am playing. Okay, so now on this F, let's check the F. Okay, the last one. I'm playing the F chord. Okay, so the D and the G string, and then I'm playing the G string, the B string open, and the B string for number 1. Okay, and then I have a different phrase with a different rhythm. Okay, so it's 4 notes, 2 groups of 4 notes. E string, B string fret 3, 3, 1, open. Okay, so the first 4 notes, E open string, B string fret 3, 1, open. And then the B string for number 3, 1, open, and the G string fret 2. Okay, so. So this is a very cool example because it's a little bit, it's rhythmically a little bit more developed, but it's still pretty simple. Alright guys, now we want to develop rhythmically, okay? There are 2 things that we're going to do, okay? First of all, we're going to change the value, the note value of this additional notes that we are adding so that we can create cool stuff. But also, I want to show you a percussive approach, rhythmic approach that I use. Okay, so let's just start with the single notes and then we add the percussion. Okay, now in this step we're going to play a few examples. Okay, let's start with the first one. Okay, as you can see, there is a lot going on here. We're not playing on the click. There's a lot of syncopations as well. Okay, so I'm playing the first chord A minor. Okay, and I'm playing the A string, the G string fret 2, the B string for number 1, and the E string for number 3. So I already start with a different voicing. So an A minor 7 chord. Okay, I pluck simultaneously 5th, 3rd, and 2nd, and then the E string. Okay, for number 3. So now on the E minor, I'm playing this beautiful E minor chord, E minor chord, yeah. So I'm playing the 6th, 3rd, and 2nd string open, and then the E string for number 3. But then I'll play a melody, okay, which is the E string for number 1, and the E open string, and I finish with the B string for number 3. Okay, so and then after that, I'm gonna play the F. Now the F is tricky rhythmically, okay? So you play the B string fret 3, and then you play the D string fret 3, which is the root note of the F, and the B string fret 1, the G string, and the D string, fret number 3, okay, and then you play the B string fret 3 and the E string, okay, so it's a beautiful way of really embellish those chords, okay, with a different voicing and a melody, and it doesn't have to be symmetrical all the time. Now let's check another example. Now this example has also the percussion. Okay, so as you can see, there is a little bit more going on here. Now on the A minor, I have that. I'm gonna do it slowly. Okay, so I have a chord, percussion, and a melody. So we're developing both melodically and rhythmically at the same time with the percussion. Now I play the A minor chord, okay, so simultaneously 5th, 3rd, and 2nd string. Then I'm playing the 3rd and so the G string and the B string open, and I go back to G string fret 2, B string fret 1. Okay, so okay. Now the most important thing is after that we go straight playing this thing. Okay, which is 3 movements, okay? I have the A string muted, so I'm muting the string with the left hand. Muting the A string, and I pluck the A string muted. Then I have a thumb slap and strum, okay? Which is I'm basically striking the A string with the thumb, and simultaneously I'm strumming the top 3 strings. It could be with the middle, it could be with the index. It's up to you, okay? And then I go back to the what I call ghost note, which is basically plucking a string that is blocked, okay? Okay, so you have chord, ghost note, thumb slap and strum, ghost note, okay? And then we have the melody. I have the B string fret 1 and then fret 3, okay? Now, the second chord is E minor. And I'm using the same structure, okay? So chord, thumb slap, percussion, and melody, okay? So the E minor is very simple here because I have 6th, 3rd, and 2nd open, G string fret number 2, and the B string open, okay? So then I have a muted string, and I'm gonna play the 6th string, thumb slap and strum, 6th string, and then I have the B string open and the B string fret 1, okay? So, and the last chord is this one. Okay? This is very tricky, okay? So what I'm playing here is the F major, and I have the D string fret 3 and the G string fret 2. Pluck that simultaneously with thumb and index, and then I have the G open, back to the fret number 2, okay, so then I mute the string and I have the 4th string, thumb slap and strum, 4th string again, and then after that, I'm gonna do it slowly. I'm gonna pluck this beautiful F add 9 chord, D string fret 3, G open, B string fret 1, and E string fret number 3, okay? And it's right after the last ghost note, so. And then I have that, so I have the bass note again, and then thumb slap and strum on this chord, okay? So I have 2 percussion, so. And again. Sorry. Okay,
So you have, still getting confused sometimes, but you do have the tab as well. Okay, so I'm sure that you refer to the tab, guys. It's an awesome way to spice up chords and rhythm as well. Okay, you got different steps. Really take it, at your own pace. You don't want to rush into it. And move on to to each single step when you feel ready. Now, I'm gonna see you next time for another lesson, and thank you so much for watching.